What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Welcome to the Wrestle-MaGiC podcast, the wrestling podcast by wrestling fans, for wrestling fans, with wrestling fans in mind. I am not going away with that intro. So, we are giving our predictions for Extreme Rules. Now, here's the thing. I won the Royal Rumble. You won Fastlane. Pretty sure I won Mania. No, I lost Mania.
You lost Mania.
I lost Mania bad. And
I did too,
won.
but
McQuaid
won.
Yeah. McQuaid won, so we don't count that at the moment. You won Payback, I believe.
Yeah, I think I did.
You won Payback, and then we completely missed out on Backlash.
Yeah.
So we have a fourth title we need to vie for. Let me go look real quick and find a championship. Gotta find a championship around here. Not the NXT.
What's that one for?
That one is going to be for NXT takeovers to pass from takeover to takeover. It's gonna be its own separate thing.
Okay. So when do we start doing that?
Next takeover.
Next takeover. Okay.
We'll do this one. Well, you choose between these three.
World title, man.
This one?
Yep.
It's not a world title, technically, but it doesn't count the water. Alright, cool. Alright, so this prediction show will be for the old school Intercontinental Championship. The old school. This is my personal favorite of the Intercontinental Championships. And I cannot wear this. So let me just... Hang on, let me just slide this picture here and make this bigger. Yeah. Well, put it in the middle. There you go. Kind of. Screw it. Okay. Got it. Never mind. Screw it. Alright, so that Intercontinental Championship is up on the line. So, how many matches do we have? We have 7?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We have 6 matches. Do you think any will be added at the last minute?
Who's not doing something right now?
Goldust and R-Truth, probably.
Yeah. Which sucks, because they're building that really well.
Yes, they are.
So, it would suck if the match they're building up to was at Extreme Rules and they added it last minute. They should do more build up for it.
Yeah. So, let's start with from the bottom up. We got Sasha Banks and Rich Swann versus Alicia Fox and Noam Dar. Do you think... First off, do you think this match is going to be on the pre-show?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. And then...
Yes, it's going to be on the pre-show. It is a mixed-gender cruiserweight match.
Then who do you think is going to win this? And I'll write down... Well, somebody can write down on Word. Let me just type up Word here and let me get this set. I'm sorry if it blocks the Hardy Boys' lovely faces at any point. And it just did. Hang on. I'm going to... Am I still recording? Cool. I'm going to type up our predictions. So...
Going off of
WWE Extreme Rules predictions. Banks and Swann versus Dar and Fox. Brad picks.
Going off of WWE's basic logic of if you win the go-home show, you don't win the pay-per-view match. You were looking at an Alicia Fox Noam Dar victory.
Well, Noam Dar did technically win on 205 Live, but then Sasha Banks and Rich Swann stood tall at the end, so you'd be right.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
you're
go.
Gonna go with Fox and Dar.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it because I know that it's probably not going. It might not be that, but I'll go with it.
I am going to disagree.
Uh huh.
And I'm going to say Sasha and Swan for two reasons. One, this is probably going to be on the pre-show, and typically faces will win on the pre-show.
That's true.
And B, it factors into my prediction for a later match.
Alright.
Next up, we have the Cruiserweight Championship being defended in a submission match. And we have Neville versus Austin Aries.
Another cruiserweight match, probably pre-show. I'm gonna go with Aries.
I doubt it's gonna be a pre-show. You have 6 matches.
Okay, good point. So yeah, still gonna go with Aries though.
You're gonna go with Aries.
There is nowhere else for this Neville feud to go. This Neville Austin Aries feud to go. Really.
I could see
despite the fact that the match was different because Neville tapped out. If we keep seeing these Austin Aries versus Neville, Austin Aries versus TJP, Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher versus Neville and TJP. If we keep seeing those matches, it's going to get boring, and it already was starting to get a little boring. The only thing that was different was the fact that Neville tapped out.
Right.
That was the only thing that was different.
There's two. I agree with you in saying Aries. This rivalry has to end. But I can see why they can do Neville for 2 reasons. One, Neville has been killing it as champion lately.
Yeah.
And I think the title would be on Aries right now had Neville not been killing it. And B, if Aries wins, wouldn't you think Neville would get a title rematch? As a champion? Typically? Rematch clause?
He would.
So, the match would still happen. Let me type this lowercase, because this is bothering me now. Okay. Go on to the next one.
Which is a tag team championship steel cage match.
Oh, Doctor. So, the tag champions, the Hardys. Raw tag team champions. These. Versus Sheamus and Cesaro. And that is a steel cage. First off, why was this not a TLC match? Second off, do you think Jeff Hardy's gonna jump off the top of the cell?
No,
the cage?
Certainly.
Guaranteed.
They're gonna have to talk him out of it, if anything.
And then thirdly, who do you got? I gotta be honest, man. I'm going Hardys.
I'm going Sheamus and Cesaro. Not just to be different, but because there's only so many times that they can win before Sheamus and Cesaro would backstage be a little upset, like, okay, when's our day in the sun?
But I don't think the Hardys will lose until they have the broken gimmick, probably, or to have some plan of what to do with the Hardys as far as individual pushes are concerned.
It's too flimsy to base anything on.
True.
So they would have to do something with them. And having them win again is not doing something with them.
Yeah, but the Hardys have been on a roll, and I do not see him losing, so that's why tend to disagree. Intercontinental Championship time. We have Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose versus The Miz, where the title can change hands by disqualification.
It's also known as a no champions advantage match, which is much shorter than what the heck they're advertising on Raw for Extreme Rules. They need to fix that. You don't need to type that up. It's just no champions advantage. It's 3 words.
It's 3 words, but they're kind of almost the same amount of letters. Almost.
Yeah, but no champion. No, here from a graphic design standpoint, no champions advantage looks much better.
Yeah, it does.
Than title can change hands by disqualification. Like, that's too much to look at.
No, it says if Dean Ambrose gets disqualified, he loses title. That's literally what they have in the graphic.
As opposed to no champions advantage. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Fire graphics department, your graphic design team. We've got students at Tri-C who can out design them.
So Brad, who do you got?
Ambrose.
You have Ambrose retaining.
Mainly because I heard a really good finish to a match that, again, Wrestling Observer had said, which was...
You've been looking at more Wrestling Observer than I have.
Yeah. Well, it was just one episode, and it was after the Raw. It was after last week's Raw. And they're talking about Extreme Rules a little bit, and Brian Alvarez had said that he would like the finish of the match to be like Dean Ambrose... the ref is distracted, Dean Ambrose goes for a low blow, Miz evades it and decides to deliver one of his own, and the ref catches that one and disqualifies Miz.
But I'm going to say The Miz, and not because we share a first name as in Mike.
Mm-hmm.
But did you realize that the Drifter said something in his song on Monday Night Raw about repaying a deed to an A-lister? He won the match against Ambrose by disqualification. So he's basically telegraphing, I'm going to help The Miz win by disqualification. I'm going to hit The Miz. So he wins.
That might be.
So I think that's going to happen. That's why I'm saying The Miz is going to be the Intercontinental Champion. And so far, we differed on 3 different predictions. And I think we're going to probably predict different for the other ones as well. Women's Champion... Alexa Bliss versus Bayley for the women's champion in a kendo stick on a pole match.
Bro. It should be for all the titles, bro. All the titles.
Who do you got and why?
Bayley, because she's female John Cena.
I'm going to
Lol, Bayley wins.
I'm going to agree with you and say Bayley, but for something different. I believe that Bayley is going to win with the help of Sasha Banks. Because say Nia Jax comes out to help.
No, because she's already had a match. The only person who can the only person who can have 2 matches in one night and no sell the first match is Roman Reigns, i.e. the Royal Rumble this year.
Kevin Owens did that when he first debuted.
Oh.
But the thing I was saying is, Bayley is. They're both trying to get it, and Alexa Bliss is about to lose at the moment, and Nia Jax comes out because of no DQ and is helping Alexa Bliss. Sasha Banks comes out and evens the odds, and because of that evening the odds, Bayley is able to get the kendo stick, beat the crap out of Alexa Bliss with it, and win the title. After the match, they celebrate, and Sasha Banks turns heel on Bayley. Setting up a match for Great Balls of Fire and or SummerSlam.
Oh, with what they did in NXT, it better be SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That needs a long build, so people who don't watch NXT can be like, oh shoot, they're really good against each other.
Yeah, so I got Bayley as well. And then finally,
Number 1 contenders fatal 5-way match.
So you have
Extreme Rules, which is basically always a fatal 5-way match.
You have Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt
versus Finn Balor
versus Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. In an Extreme Rules fatal 5-way. Brad, who do you have?
I gotta go Balor.
You go Balor.
Right, because
Of the Paul Heyman endorsement?
that, and also because WWE knows they have a star in Finn Balor, and they know that people are not gonna be really happy with another Reigns versus Lesnar match, even though they're planning to do it for Mania. Probably gonna want to hold off on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then as for
I hate agreeing with you on this.
As for why it's not Seth Rollins, still not done with Samoa Joe.
I'm not finished with you!
Bray Wyatt, as far as WWE is concerned, he's a jobber.
I have to agree with you, but I don't like
Samoa
it.
Joe, again, he's still got some things to do with Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns is building up to a Lesnar match at WrestleMania, so
I think Braun Strowman's coming back at this pay-per-view.
yeah, Strowman's coming back, and Reigns is going to go back to Strowman. The only person who doesn't have anything to do is Finn Balor. Finn Balor's facing Brock Lesnar at Great Balls
What
of
is Bray
Fire.
Wyatt doing again?
Jobbing.
I thought you said Finn Balor's not the only one. Is the only one without anything to do.
Well, I wasn't saying that the only reason that these people aren't winning is because they have other things to do. Another part of it is because of just where their position is in the company at the moment. And
Bray Wyatt's supposed to have a dark match main event against Brock Lesnar for the Universal title on an episode of Raw. But I have to agree with you for Finn Balor, but I don't like it because apparently the Great Balls of Fire match is supposed to be a one and done, and I don't want to see Finn Balor squashed or lose to Reigns. Not to Reigns, to Brock.
Yeah.
I want to see him win that title back.
Uh-huh.
And I'm unfortunately have to agree with you, though.
Uh-huh.
So, to recap, for Banks and Swan versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox, you say Fox and Dar, I say Sasha and Swan. Those final predictions good for that?
Yeah.
Cruiserweight Championship match, we both say Austin Aries. Any changes there?
Nope.
Raw Tag Team Championship match, you say Sheamus and Cesaro, and I say the Hardys. Any changes there? Intercontinental Championship match, Ambrose versus The Miz. You say Ambrose, I say Miz. Any changes?
Mm-mm.
We both say Bayley for the women's match, and we both say Balor for the Fatal 5-Way. So we differ on 3 matches. So, out of 6.
So
So one of us has to win.
Yeah.
So the winner is going to get this championship belt right here. Let's do the tug of war thing from WrestleMania 31 with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. That's going to do it for this week, for this episode of the Wrestle-MaGiC podcast. Check out our review for this week, which is up at the same time this is, and tune in Monday for our Hot Topic podcast, where we talk about what's next for the women's division's first evers, what type of tournament WWE is going to do next, and what is the possibility of a WWE invasion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button. Help us reach 100 subscribers by 2018. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.